everyone, it's Sam again. I'm sorry I haven't been around for a while, but unfortunately fortunately, there's been quite a number of things going on with the charity, so it's been very busy. But I thought, right, okay, as you can probably tell, I've got my arm in a sling because I've hurt my shoulder, and so therefore I can't actually reply to any of the messages at the moment on Tumblr. But once this thing gets better, and it is improving every day, it shouldn't be long before I'm typing and writing again. Anyway, today I thought what I'd do is, some time ago I did a video on Aspergers, and we had quite a number of replies in from that video as a result. And so therefore I thought what I'd do is I would actually reply to some of those letters that came in some time ago, and I do apologise that there's been quite a time between the first video and this second video. But what was overwhelming was quite a number of the messages that came through was very much along the lines of, why am I different? What is different about me? And why is it unacceptable to some? Now, as a therapist, I can only speak from my point of view. I can't speak from anybody else's point of view. But what I can do is talk to you about those people that I've met in therapy, that have inspired me, that have made me realise as human beings we are completely unique. And actually the big question, what is normal? It's so easy to throw a label at someone and assume straight away that they are anxious because they have Aspergers, or they are highly strung because they have ADHD. What sometimes we don't realise as humans, we are completely different. So much so that this difference, or should I say what we try to do, is spend a lot of our, especially our younger years, trying to be like everybody else, to be accepted within groups, because that's really, really important to us. However, what it also means is we lose that uniqueness. Now, I think in some human beings, they don't lose it, not as quickly, and sometimes they're more able to embrace the thoughts and the feelings that they have. So when I work with somebody who has been diagnosed with Asperger's, or ADHD, or ADD, or dyspraxia, anything along those lines, the first thing that I do is look at the human being first. We don't ignore the label, you can't ignore it, but we look at who the person is first. What are their interests? What do they like? What are they passionate about? What don't they like? What upsets them? What makes them anxious? What makes them scared? And if we look at it like that, isn't that the same question and the same way we should work with everybody? Because we all get scared, we all get anxious, there are things that we're all frightened of, there are things that we're passionate about, that excite us, that we'd like to do with our lives. But there are also experiences that we all have, either a trauma or a bereavement or some kind of accident, that may stop us having the confidence to really be who we are. So when we look at somebody, or I particularly work with somebody with Asperger's, what I've found is that they tend to be incredibly passionate, albeit about one subject at a time, but they are incredibly passionate. But they're also incredibly intelligent, and they know who and what they want to do. Now, it might not always make sense to other people, but I'm sure there have been many scientists out there, many very well-known people that have gone out on a limb and done things that everybody else has thought, what on earth are they doing? Who have turned out to actually invent something or start some kind of movement that has turned out to be amazing. Because what I think sometimes that particularly Asperger's people have is insight. I had a young man that I worked with, and he said to me, people say that I have to think out of the box, Sam. He said, give me the box and I'll think outside it. I just thought it was a wonderful comment to make. But again, should we box him in? Should we box his thoughts in? Because he may be tomorrow's scientist. He may have an amazing thought that nobody else had, and he invents something. So I do wonder whether giving them that box is a problem in itself. Boundaries are important, but boundaries are important to absolutely all of us. We feel safe when we have boundaries around us. But for the bigger picture and thinking beyond the realms of possibility, do actually allow us and allow all of us the chance to really do something in our lives really worthwhile. So for me, working with Asperger's people and people, like I say, with dyspraxia, ADHD, all those different things, is a privilege, an honour, and nothing to be afraid of. I think sometimes we all need to have a really good look at ourselves, because at times we all think out of that huge box as well, and people accept us for that. But maybe we don't always vocalise it. What I've noticed is that somebody maybe with Asperger's is more likely to vocalise it. Maybe some of us don't, and that is why we appear to be different. What I know and understand is difference is important, it's imperative, and it is what makes us wonderful. Because if we were all the same, we would dress the same, we would look the same, we would be in love with the same people, there would be no chance for different opportunities and growth, and no chance for mistakes either. Mistakes are imperative. I find that a lot of people want to be perfect, but perfection doesn't exist. You'll never find perfection, we never will. But because it's not perfect, it's absolutely perfect. Mr. Kipling is a good example. In my eyes, he is perfect because he's not perfect. You know, he is naughty sometimes and he's quite lazy, it has to be said, but that is exactly what makes him perfect. And the rest of us are exactly the same. So don't be afraid that you have a label. The label in some ways will keep you safe because other people will understand that you might slightly think differently to them. But most people, especially now in the 21st century, are coming around to the idea of difference. And please don't be afraid to be any different to anybody else, because we're all different and we're all completely unique. And that is what makes us all special. So don't be afraid of the label. Embrace it and enjoy it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. How do I know that I haven't got Asperger's? How does anybody else know they haven't got it? What I do know is that I've met some amazing people, amazing, and I cannot stress that enough. And it's been a privilege, an absolute privilege to work with them. So, thank you very much for the messages that did come in. And I hope that it gives you comfort to know that there are people out there that really do appreciate every thought and feeling that you have. We try to understand, we try to embrace, and together we can walk forward with it. Thank you so much for listening. Please take care. Thank you.